Zongzi Festival or Duanwu Festival is fall on the 5th day of the 5th month of the Chinese calendar very soon. And this time, definitely, I want to make my own Chinese style rice dumpling myself. I know that my mother-in-law is an expert, so I visited her a few days ago, tapping into her experience and expertise of making zongzi. And with her blessing, in this video, I will reveal her secret recipe written in a small little notebook with half-faded ink many years ago. I'm KB Kwan, thanks for joining me. The leaves that you buy from the grocery shop are dry leaves. First, get a pot of cold water, soak into water for about 10 minutes to make it a little bit more pliable, because the dry leaves are very brittle. It's very difficult for you to fold it and put it into the water. So I have already put it in water and make it a little bit soft now, and I fold it, put it into the pot of water. It's cold water. We will use something, for example a bowl, to put it on top. The purpose is to make sure that it will submerge fully inside the water, so that it will be able to boil and rehydrate effectively. Then thereafter you switch on your stove and bring it to a boil. When the water is boiling, leave it there for another 30 minutes. Then you can switch off the stove and let the leaf submerge in the water for a few hours to let it fully rehydrate. This leaf has been soaked overnight, and before we use it to wrap the rice dumpling or zongzi, make sure that it is clean. So I now put it into a sink under running water. Use a cloth to clean every piece of the leaves carefully. Be careful because it's very brittle, still very brittle. So be very careful when you clean it. Make sure that it is clean and without any dust or sand that might trap in between the whole piles of leaves. Put the smaller leaf on top of the larger leaf. Then fold slightly off the middle. Use both middle fingers of two hands, fold both leaves inwards to form the tip. This is from another angle to show you how exactly we use two middle fingers of two hands to fold the leaves inward to form the tip of the pyramid. Now let's take a look at a different angle. How is it been done? Fold into a cone, as what I showed you just now. This is a top view, much easier for you to see how is it done. And then put in the rice first. The glutinous rice is always at the tip of the cone. After you put in the glutinous rice, you can then put in any other ingredients that you like. Now in this example, we use dry shrimps and some pork, whatever you like. Usually the glutinous rice is always the first one, and then you can put in the rest. We also put in the mung beans at this time. Take a closer look. This is salted eggs, chestnut, more mung beans, mushrooms, and we have dry oysters, more mung beans to cover it, and lastly covered 2 or 3 tablespoons of glutinous rice. And after that, fold the leaves down to cover it. If it isn't enough, then you can add more glutinous rice. Wrap it and fold the leaves downward to form a pyramid. That's how it is done. Now this is the top view, and this is 2 times the normal video speed, and you can have a look again how is it been done. After you have folded the dumpling, now it's time for you to tie up the dumplings. We normally hang a bunch of twines at a high angle point, and then you hang it down. Use one hand to hold the dumpling and the other hand to tie it tightly. And one thing that you have to remember is you have to tie it tight enough so that when you boil the dumpling, water will not seep into the rice and the ingredients inside. Otherwise, you may lose some of the flavor of the ingredients into the water. And then you tie a knot. Whether it is a dead knot, it doesn't matter. You can always cut it off. Now look at how we do it. Find a high angle point, put the bundle of strings or twines there, and all the dumplings hang down from there. Now it's time to cook the rice dumpling. Get a pot of hot water, bring it to a boil, and you put your dumpling into the water. Bring it to a boil again and then simmer for the next 6 hours. Finally, it comes to the last step of making the rice dumpling. After a few hours of boiling, the rice dumpling is now ready. Remove from heat and look at it. Wow, you can really smell the aroma of the leaves drifting through the air. And it's time for you to enjoy the dumpling after all the hard work.